It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Good evening, sports fans. This is 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny Smith. Tonight, we'll see the Toronto Raptors playing against the Philadelphia 76ers. Taking a look at the 76ers, they're currently the third-place team in the East, which doesn't represent much of a change from their finish a year ago. They're one of the conference's elite teams again. Fellas, it is always fun to watch Ben Simmons. The combination of size, speed, ball handling, passing. Shaq, the list just goes on and on and on and on and on and on.
Dun, 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 dun. He and the Greek Freak are a big part of this league's future. Having playmakers that size is a huge advantage.
You know, I'm curious to watch his jump shot develop. Simmons is taking the point forward distinction to a whole nother level.
And now with the tip-off coming up shortly, time to send it to Kevin Harlan for the call.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Hi everyone, we're coming to you live on 2K Sports, bringing you the NBA. Kevin Harlan here along with analysts Greg Anthony and Steve Smith, and we'll be hearing from DA along the sideline all game long. For the Philadelphia 76ers, they won their last contest, that game against the Memphis Grizzlies.
I just thought the defense was porous. Got any shot they wanted, really, for most of the evening.
I'll give them credit. Even though they were facing very little resistance, they refused to play down to the level of their competition.
And with pregame routines coming to an end, we're just about ready for our tip-off. First, though, let's get a report from the sideline and say hello to David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Ben Simmons grew up playing Australian rules football. It may be one reason he's so comfortable attacking defenses and creating. He said, you have to read the defenders, draw them, then get rid of it. Otherwise, you're going to get tackled. Well, that's a foul in the NBA, but I understand his sentiment, guys.
And David, he is not shy about contact at all. Thanks. Steve, compared to when you played, talk about elements of the game that are now easier for the players than, like I said, when you play.
I think you start on the floor, the game is less physical. There's no more handshaking. There's no more chucking. There's no more hard fouls when they're throwing you up against the stanchion. And then I think off the court, the travel. I started when we flew commercial, Kevin. Now every team is flying private. I think the travel is definitely easier for players.
Not only flew commercial, Smitty, but we used to fly in the first flight out every morning, like 6 a.m.
Yes.
flights after a game, after a night game.
I remember those days. The positive was you didn't practice a lot when you got to those cities.
All right, let's set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. And so, in the game for the 76ers, Simmons runs the show with Redick at the 2. Harris is out there with Jimmy Butler. And it's Embiid in at the 5, roaming the paint. He was all alone on that one. Green's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Simmons against Lowry. Harris, right side. Outside Butler. Basket is good. The assist from Harris.
And that's from beyond, guys, right back at you.
This is looking more like an all-star game right now. Everyone launching from range.
And it's blocked by Simmons.
And don't forget about the long reach that Simmons possesses. He uses it exceptionally well on defense to come away with blocks like that. And guys, how fun is it watching this fella just go to work?
Greg, it's not every point guard who can climb the ladder like he can.
Not at all.
You might look at him and think he can't get up, but he finds a way to consistently surprise the D by rising way above them time after time.
The 76ers have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Butler passes to Embiid. Puts it up from 17. That's good from Harris on the assist by Embiid.
We know Harris is good off the dribble, now becoming equally adept at the catch and shoot.
Good on the shot. Green's got 5.
You have to credit the pinpoint pass for making that play possible.
Simmons finds Butler. 14 feet away, and the shot goes down. He's got 5.
You know, that's another good play call. They are shooting 80% to start this game.
Lowry passes to Siakam. Lowry deciding where to go with it here. To the left side wing. 5 to shoot. Lets it go. And it's Leonard missing.
When you defend a good mid-range shooter, this is how you contest without fouling.
Gasol with the steal. To the middle. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
When your defense translates into offense, it's a beautiful thing.
And it's the 76ers with the ball. The Raptors getting the bucket.
When Butler's not challenging at the rim, this is the next best thing. Does a lot of his damage from the mid-range.
Now here is Lowry. He had 16 points in the win against Denver.
And he showed again why he is such a sensational playmaker. Some of the plays he made were just remarkable.
Well, in the case of Kawhi Leonard, actions definitely, Steve, speak louder than words.
He's one of the most soft-spoken players in the game. Takes a humble, persistent approach to almost everything he does. And the results speak for themselves.
2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one.
The NBA champion, Finals MVP, Kawhi has done a lot in a short time.
And so he makes both from the line.
And with Kawhi Leonard, he just does everything well on the floor. Offense, defense, rebounding, runs the floor. I mean, he is one of the more complete players in our league. He can completely take over a game on both ends.
Now here's Butler. 20 points for him last game against Memphis. Embiid. And no good, his first shot of the night, missing. The Raptors have gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. Butler with the steal. And slam dunk by Butler.
This is where Tobias has really improved, keeping his eyes up, making plays for others.
And here's Lowry. He'll bring it up for Toronto. Trailing by 2. And Greg, with Kawhi, started as a defensive stopper, but he now is so much more than that.
I mean, he's got a great outside shot, that pull-up jumper, the turnarounds in the post. He has the complete repertoire. You never would have thought he was only viewed as a defense guy once upon a time, but was already a fantastic player. But this is a guy that continues to just add to his game.
The Raptors making a switch here. Lynn's checked in. The 76ers also with a sub. Ennis is checked in, but they'll get another chance. Embiid kicks to Ennis. Back to Embiid. Just 5 to shoot. Knocked away. Gasol with the steal. Here's Lynn. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. Last time they came together was in Toronto, where they fell to the Raptors.
Yeah, they were just wrecked last time they faced this team, and a lot of it was their own undoing.
It was a sizable loss, and it was mostly due to their awful passing and ball control. They just need to use better judgment in this game.
Here's Embiid. That shot misses. And Toronto will go the other way with it. Tipped away. And that's out of bounds. Toronto will retain possession. And now in the first half of December, more games under our belt. The power rankings starting to take shape. You look at the Raptors. They slide down to the 3rd spot, trying not to slide any further.
And right now for the 76ers, they've shown their capabilities but it's been in flashes. If they want to move up this list, it may take greater focus, greater commitment.
He has great instincts on the offensive end. He's tough to contain.
Lowry against Simmons. He kicks to Embiid. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Embiid's got his first 2 points of the night.
Just an amazing feel for the game. Simmons is so gifted at reading the floor.
Lowry with the ball. Picked up by Harris. Lowry's shot is good. Lowry's got his first 2 points.
Amazing how he gets this one to go. Size doesn't matter.
But it can in the painted area. Regardless, he's crafty enough to get up a good shot.
Now here's Butler. 9 points in the game so far.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
I mean, he's struggling, hitting a low percentage of his shots this quarter.
Now Harris. Kawhi Leonard missing from long range. No good. He's off to a slow start. 1 for 4 so far. Lowry passes to Siakam. Outside Lowry. Over Harris. And the shot no good. A bit short. The 76ers have gone an even 50% from the field. They are 7 of 14 for the game. The shot is good. It's his second bucket in 5 tries.
Difficult to stop inside. Harris with the excellent feel and touch around the basket.
Toronto calls timeout. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
And Toronto will go for a different look here. Serge Ibaka has checked in for Gasol. OG Anunoby comes in for Pascal Siakam. Patrick McCaw, he's checked in for Leonard. And it's Fred VanVleet in for Kyle Lowry. Then for the 76ers, Marjanovic checked in for Embiid. Scott comes in for Tobias Harris. And Jonathan Simmons subbed in for Jimmy Butler.
I love the technique he uses, leveraging his position down low, then just using sheer size to snatch the rebound.
VanVleet kicks to McCaw. Here's Anunoby, and he uses the glass on the layup. Anunoby's got it all tied up now for the Raptors.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Well, Steve, when you look at the core of this Raptors team, all in their prime to late prime.
The window is closing for this group. The team should definitely feel a sense of urgency on making the most of this opportunity.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Scott. It's hauled in by the Raptors.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
And so Ibaka will bring it up for the Toronto Raptors. Outside, Lynn. The pass to McCaw. Here's Anunoby from 15 feet away, and he hits the jump shot. Anunoby's got his second bucket of the night.
And what an assured player. Anunoby believes in his ability to shoot the ball off the catch.
Ennis kicks to Simmons. Pass to Simmons. Another miss by Philadelphia. Well, it was the Raptors winning their last game against the Denver Nuggets. It's stolen by Marjanovic. And it's Simmons penetrating. Basket counts.
Phenomenal defense there, but even better offense.
Toronto's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. VanVleet kicks to Lynn. Pass to Anunoby. Passes to VanVleet. Raptors get it back and a new 24. Shots good by Ibaka.
And that's a nice jumper by Ibaka, showing good touch from mid-range.
Right side, Simmons. Dishes it to Simmons. Toronto grabs the miss. And there's a whistle, and that's going to go on Simmons. That's his first foul. Johnson, he's checked in for the 76ers. Raptors with the lead. And stolen by Simmons. With the teardrop, that's tipped. Here's McCaw, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. We're always talking, Steve, about versatility. I guess the ultimate example would be guys who can go to either hand equally well.
Yeah, you have those guys. Kyrie Irving stands out for me. Mike Conley being able to finish with both hands. Then there's some bigs around the basket, DeMarcus Cousins and Anthony Davis. John Wall is pretty good. He finishes a lot of times with dunks. So there's a lot of guys that understand that it's great to have that offhand and you can go to it.
First free throw is good. Danny Green, he's checked in for Jeremy Lin. Then for the 76ers, Marjanovic comes in for Scott, and J.J. Redick is subbed in for Simmons. So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe.
And they have a narrow edge here in rebounding early on, and you wonder what kind of a role that's going to play moving forward.
Now here's Marjanovic. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him.
Nice job getting inside for the layup. Got the D thinking. Jump shot, gave a little pump fake, and then off to the races.
Van Vliet kicks to Ibaka. Shot from 16, and no good. Trying to use the glass. 76ers trailing. Poke loose. Here's McCall. Guarded by Simmons. To the paint. Here's Anunoby. That's in, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
And Redick kicks to Marjanovic. 1:37 left to play here in the first. Ennis passes to Johnson. 5 on the clock. Serge Ibaka pulls it in. Raptors leading by 3. Here's McCaw. And some very quick points for him on that possession.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Now here's Ennis. Defended by Ibaka. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. The 76ers shooting their first free throws of the game right now.
And really, they haven't been able to differentiate themselves from the free throw line on the season at about 76%.
The first free throw is good. And he can't hit the second.
You know, and Serge Ibaka, a player who kind of came into the league as a defensive stopper, shot blocker. You know, still has great length and can bother shots, but not the prolific shot blocker he once was, as the focus has become more on the offensive end.
Marjanovic passes to Ennis. The 76ers have converted 1 of 2 free throws so far today. The first one falls. And Ennis drops them both. There's 48 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Baseline jumper. That's good on the jump shot. 2-for-1 opportunity here if they want it.
And no doubt, Kevin, if I'm them, I go for it.
Johnson outside. The pass to Marjanovic. Back to Johnson. It's stolen by Ibaka. Poked loose. Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession. Here's Butler. He's got 9. Redick finds Marjanovic. Back to Redick, and there's the foul. It goes on Serge Ibaka. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line.
Oh no, he's the last guy you want to put on the line. You can just about book the points every time he steps up there.
And both free throws good for Redick.
Taking advantage at the charity stripe like he always does. Terrific touch.
Van Vliet kicks to Ibaka, and there are the Raptors with another bucket.
And that's a good job of spotting up by Serge Ibaka. He's good in those catch-and-shoot situations.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. Raptors lead by 4. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. Making his mark in Toronto, guard Kyle Lowry talked about the pioneers of Canadian basketball, like Vince Carter.
Vince Carter really changed the game of basketball in Canada. He created something that is forever lasting, and I think the game of basketball in Canada owes him a lot because he really brought the buzz to the game of basketball in Canada.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Carter's exciting style of play, GA, really energized the whole country.
And playing basketball in a hockey town isn't easy, but Carter really helped get this city and country energized about the game of basketball.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And from what we've seen so far from the Raptors, guys, your thoughts?
They're just not sitting back. They are going for steals, and their activity has been terrific.
You know, sometimes gambling gets you in trouble, but in that first quarter, it was just the opposite.
Van Vliet and Green are the guard set. Ibaka is out there with Anunoby, and it's McCaw in at the 3. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto. Now Butler. After the missed 3 from Serge Ibaka. They get it again. Here's Johnson. That one's in, his first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Here's Van Vliet, covered by Redick. Shots good by Ibaka. Ibaka's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
And the 76ers decide to take their first time out here. You often hear great players say, I want to be the leader of this team. But Smitty, is every great player actually cut out? Are they wired enough to be a leader and play that role?
No, not at all. You have some fantastic, phenomenal players talent-wise, but just not their role to be a leader. And then I think when you hear guys say they want to be a leader, 9 times out of 10, that's the guy that's not the leader. Because a leader usually just evolves. But when you start saying you want to be, you're probably not. You're going to lead by example. And then a lot of the guys, obviously, some of the best, they can take it to the vocal part. But you can't ask to be a leader. It just happens.
Needs to happen organically, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Brett Brown coached the Sixers team through some really lean years. Now, the promise started to show last season, but he said, I don't feel close to the notion that we've arrived. I'm hardened, just doing my job and moving forward. Kevin?
And continuing the process, D.A., thanks. Now, here's Butler. 9 points in the game so far, and the basket by Johnson.
I love how Jimmy Butler let the play develop, how he's learned to trust his vision.
Lowry drives in, and Butler sends it back. Harris against Leonard. Harris passes to Johnson. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
A nice three-point shooter. Kyle Lowry extends the defense trying to cover him.
Johnson outside. To the inside. Here's Redick. Up again. Great positioning on the putback.
You know we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
To the inside, and stolen by Butler. Harris inside. Leonard's there. Butler deciding where to go with it. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. It's on Kawhi Leonard. The 76ers have shot a good percentage from the free throw line so far. They've made 5 out of 6. The free throw drops for Embiid.
And last year, we saw what a full season of Embiid looks like. I mean, scary to think that this is just the beginning of his career. He looks like he can go down as one of the greats to play if he can stay healthy.
Jeremy Lin, he's checked in for the Raptors. And so he hits both. And Embiid has already made the jump from star to superstar.
And part of that is his personality. I think his game does speak for itself. Gives you everything you want from a center on both ends of the floor. Effortless athleticism and has incredible skill and touch for a player his size.
They get a hand on it. Toronto's gotten into trouble with the 3-ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts.
I'll tell you what, his shot's off, but the rest of the team is on. That's why they're still winning.
Lowry against Redick. Now the Raptors moving it up. Lowry leading the charge. Johnson with the block. Siakam misses. And it's Harris with the ball for Philadelphia. They've only allowed 5 points in the quarter, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And now a chance to see what's coming up for Philadelphia. On Friday, they'll be playing against Blake Griffin and the Detroit Pistons. And then on Monday, they'll tip off a homestand starting with the Brooklyn Nets.
And with the way they've been able to march right along in this season lately, I think they should be able to keep things going in this next stretch. Just come out with the same energy and discipline, and you should have some wins.
That one drops. He ties it up. Some changes for Philadelphia. Scotty's checked in for Johnson. And it's Ben Simmons in for J.J. Redick. And they now lead as the free throw drops for him.
That's a huge advantage, having a big guy who can shoot free throws like this.
Toronto calls timeout. And Steve, looking at KD's move, the Isaiah Thomas trade, what level of loyalty is there now between players and teams?
You know, I think it comes down to, I know people get upset when, per se, like the Kevin Durant move, but he was a free agent, so he was allowed to move. I think when it comes a little tricky, when you have guys traded, that's when you start to see the players starting to see where they sometimes don't think the organization have loyalty, but sometimes, and you can see organizations a lot of times is just looking to make their teams better, but it really comes down to a trade when the loyalty started to be questioned.
Here's Siakam. They look to him for part of their offensive attack. Right now he averages nearly 12 points a game. And stolen by Simmons. Inside, swiped it away. Fast break Toronto. Puts it up from 15. Here's Gasol, rejected by Harris.
You don't see a lot of block shots from Harris, so enjoy that one.
Here's Scott, left side Harris. Leonard with the steal. Lin against Butler. Shot from 12. Count that one. Lin's got his first 2 points of the night.
crafty move. He recognizes the size disadvantage, and the mid-range is close enough.
Right. No reason to take it all the way to the rack. Instead, take what the defense allows.
Now here's Simmons. A 26-point game for him in the win against Memphis.
You know what? I also like how he attacked the glass. Gave a terrific effort in that department.
Really like watching Simmons go to work down low with his length and strength. There aren't many guys that can keep up with.
And the rejection by Embiid.
It's been a frustrating quarter for him shooting the basketball. He just has to make sure he's taking good shots.
And he runs the floor with a purpose that time. Excellent play.
You know what? And a late reaction by the transition D takes it himself uncontested.
And it's Lowry penetrating. Blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup. Lowry's got 7 points.
Lowry on the pick and roll draws so much attention because he is so good at finishing the play himself.
And Simmons kicks to Butler. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Simmons got 3 assists tonight.
Well, we know he's been confident with the shot. A big reason why they're ahead in this game.
Butler against Land. Pass to Lowry. Takes the 3. Lowry can't get that one to fall.
You know, I like the competitive fire, but he's still really out of sync.
Butler against Land. Shots good from Butler. And now a 6-point Philadelphia lead.
If you're defending Jimmy Butler, you got to hit him harder than that.
Raptors shooting about 42% so far. Lowry against Simmons. Siakam passes to Leonard from the wing, and the jumper falls for him. Leonard's got his 2nd bucket of the night.
Well, this is what every coach emphasizes. Keep your head up. Be willing to make the extra pass.
And Simmons kicks to Scott. Back to Simmons. Good ball movement here by the 76ers. Harris's shot is off.
Just hasn't had it tonight, but his teammates are picking up the slack.
Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Toronto. Green comes in for Kyle Lowry. And the 76ers also making a change. James Ennis, he'll check in for Harris. Raptors trail by 4. Got a piece of it. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Butler. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east. Already we are in December. Taking a look at Toronto. They're in 2nd, looking to take over the 1st spot. And of course Philadelphia, 2 games back.
And seeing where the 76ers are, they've had just the kind of season you knew they were capable of. I mean, they've got all the talent in the world, but how about maximizing it to the fullest?
That's been the key. This coaching staff knows what their strengths are. They play to those strengths. That's how they've gotten the most out of their talent.
Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well. That's going to send Jeremy Lin to the free throw line. That's on Ben Simmons. OG Anunoby's checked in for the Raptors.
And for Lin, missing the season last year, he's just glad to be back. His playmaking and creativity is something that this team needs. As long as he's healthy and playing aggressively, he'll be an effective guard option.
Now here's Simmons. He's always able to provide big production, averaging 22 points a game. Ennis kicks to Scott. Pass to Simmons. Shot clock at 5. The 76ers need to get off a shot. Butler, no good. And so Green will bring it up for the Toronto Raptors. Anunoby passes to Lin. He feeds it to Ibaka. And Ibaka slams it in.
Rugged finish by Serge. Takes the hit, converts through it for a potential and 1. Serge Ibaka, known for his defense since he came into the league. Still a very capable shot blocker. He has good strength and he can guard post players much bigger than him.
Patrick McCaw, he's checked in for Jeremy Lin. Marjanovic checked in for Philadelphia. Simmons comes in for Jimmy Butler. And the 76ers call time here. Well, with Ibaka, it's the toughness. He's definitely a scrapper for the team.
And that role goes beyond just banging bodies down low. He'll get into the face of opposing players, and he can get in their heads as well. It's just part of the role that he plays for this team.
Having an efficient three-point attack, very tough to defend. Let's see some of the best. In 4th, the Raptors.
No doubt they have snipers on that roster, that's for sure. It's been a terrific year for them from beyond the arc.
76ers have gone 7 of 15 from the field here in the second quarter, just under 50% shooting. Simmons finds Scott. Passes it to Ennis. Back to Scott. Drains the three-pointer. Scott's got his first 3 points of the game. Guys, 7 times the lead has changed hands here now.
Yeah, and that number should easily top double figures before it's over.
Here's McCall. Right side Gasol shoots over Marjanovic, and it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
I can tell you right now, the coach loved everything about that shot except the result.
Ennis kicks to Simmons. Here's Marjanovic. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. They get Marc Gasol. For Philadelphia, they have gone 9 of 10 from the line, so making the most of their chances. And he knocks down the first one. The Raptors making a switch here. Van Vliet's checked in. And he makes both free throws.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
And Philadelphia grabs the miss.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss. And how about that? What a sensational finish.
Yeah, you got to be able to get some hang time to do that one. And here are the Raptors now. It's a 5-point game. So it's off to Brooklyn after this game as they have the Nets to look forward to. That'll be just 1 game played away from home for them. Knocks it loose. Ennis with the ball. He averages about 5 points a game. Good work defensively by Ibaka.
And Jonathan Simmons, the explosive wing player, went undrafted but has earned a spot in the NBA after a strong couple of years in the G League. Now he's established himself as a potent offensive player.
Serge Ibaka has gone through a lot of roles since he's entered the league. Now pretty much a shot blocking stretch 4.
And for Simmons, when he was in the G League, he developed, Greg, his playmaking.
Yeah, spent some time at point guard at that level, and I think it helps him in terms of finding ways to create shots for himself. He's definitely, though, at his best when the ball is in his hands. Not so much a spot-up player, but he can create offense for a team in a hurry.
Here's Anunoby. He's got 6. He makes another one. That's 4 up and 4 in to start his game.
And can't do much else. The strength of Anunoby comes in handy on those challenging finishes.
Now here's Ennis. T right on him. And the call will be against Patrick McCaw. That'll be his second foul of the game. Miller's checked in for Patrick McCaw. And so here is Philadelphia. Shots good by Simmons.
You know, he had a hot start to this game. He's only gotten hotter. We'll see if the defense makes an adjustment.
Here's Van Vliet, guarded by Simmons. Van Vliet can't get it to go.
And he thought he had a clear path to the hoop, but the defense didn't give up on that play and cut him off.
It's stolen by Ennis. And here's the fast break. Scott leading the way. It's good. The assist that time from Ennis. And now a 5-point 76ers lead. 1:44 left in the second quarter. Here's Van Vliet, guarded by Simmons. Van Vliet passes to Anunoby. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
When you watch Anunoby play, he does so much well. makes his teammates better. Not easy to do as a young wing player. He's a fantastic passer and does a very good job of reading the play.
2 shots. Roof shots.
The first one falls. Well, with Anunoby, so much of his impact, Steve, doesn't show up on the stat sheet.
Yeah, that passing from the wing is what will set OG Anunoby apart in his career. Already a strong defender. Doesn't need to touch the ball to impact the game.
The Raptors making a switch here. Powell's checked in, and then for Philadelphia, Amir Johnson's checked in for Scott, and J.J. Redick is subbed in for Ennis. Shots good by Simmons.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Van Vliet kicks to Anunoby. Here's Van Vliet. He's guarded by Johnson. Van Vliet passes to Anunoby. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Not a big threat from out there. You see why the defense backed off a little.
And Marjanovic with the slam.
He's a great shooter, but not just a gunner. JJ finding the open man.
Raptors trail by 7. Now here's Powell. There's 38 seconds left in the first half. Shots good by Ibaka. Here's Redick. And here is Simmons. He's got 8. Redick finds Simmons. Johnson in the corner. No good from outside. The Raptors shooting 33% in the second quarter. The offense has looked crossed up and confused at times. Marjanovic passes to Redick. Simmons left side. Simmons on the wing from past the arc. And that one is off. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. 76ers ahead, up by 5. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. Coach, what is your impression of the first half?
I think we played. And I thought we found a really good balance of posting and pace. It's what we've been talking about. And I thought our defense, for the most part, was excellent.
A good start. We'll see how they finish. Thanks, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And we hope you enjoyed the competitive first half of action. Ernie Johnson here welcoming you back to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. That guy right there is Shaquille O'Neal, and that guy right there is Kenny the Jet Smith. What a start for Jimmy Butler. He had 14 points, 4 assists, and 1 block. And from what we saw so far from the Sixers, Kenny, what's your takeaway?
I love the motion on offense. Guys are moving, the ball is moving. It's a very nice approach to the game, and one the defense absolutely could not keep up with.
Shaq, what was your takeaway on Toronto?
Well, if you can't shoot the ball, you might want to stop chucking it up. They keep trying the 3, but it's not going down. They're relying too much on the 3 ball, way too much. It's good when it's falling for you, but when it's not, you have to try something else.
And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action is coming your way.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. We are seeing a tremendous game from Jimmy Butler.
And through the first 2 quarters, he was extremely aggressive, picked up a number of steals.
He did a nice job reading their plays as they were developing. His anticipation was off the charts.
The 76ers leading by 5. Kicking off the second half. Here's Brett Brown's foul. Simmons runs the show with Redick at the 2. Tobias Harris is out there with Embiid, and it's Butler in at the 3 slot. And Simmons kicks to Redick. Clock at 6. Fires the three. Embiid, no good. And so Green will bring it up for Toronto. Right side Lowry. Here's Siakam, guarded by Harris. Siakam misses.
Yeah, the aggressive D inside leads to a missed opportunity there.
You know, he had terrific position, does a good job of affecting the shot without fouling.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Simmons against Lowry. There's the pass to Siakam. No good. Shot missing. Good D by Embiid. The 76ers lead. Down low. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Here's a look at what's coming up for Toronto. They'll tip off a road trip in Brooklyn where they'll take on the Nets. Then on Sunday, they'll take on Chris Middleton and the Milwaukee Bucks.
And for their matchup with the Clippers, that's going to be one where it would take a lot of errors and maybe a cold shooting night for things to go wrong. They just have that much of an advantage over that team.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Hey, guys. Well, Marc Gasol is the more fiery of the Gasol brothers. Pau Gasol says, I sugarcoat things a little more than Marc. He's more emotional, more direct. And Marc said, when a mistake happens on defense, I know you're not concentrating. I don't allow that. He knows controlling his frustration is important. He says, I'm working on it. Guys?
Part of leadership, DA. Thank you. And it's Leonard missing.
A very disappointing start to this half. 3 attempts with nothing to show for it.
And the dunk by Embiid.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Lowry against Simmons. Lowry finds Leonard. All alone. And the shot goes in. Leonard's got his 3rd basket of the night.
That was their 4th attempt of this half. They finally got one to go down.
Simmons against Lowry. Harris outside. Back to Butler. And it's sent back by Leonard.
Strong instincts and positioning. Kawhi read that shot all the way.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
And the Raptors call time here.
And Jimmy Butler, you know, something of a quirky character. Has a ritual whenever he's at a grocery store of paying the person's bill behind him. Doesn't care if it's 99 cents or 2,000.
Jeremy Lin, he's checked in for the Raptors. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Lowry against Simmons. Outside Leonard. Knocked loose and stolen by Simmons. Here's Embiid and the dunk by Embiid.
Agile play to get his hand in there and get the steal. Intelligent play to immediately start the break.
Lowry against Simmons. Pass to Siakam. And the Raptors miss again.
Ooh, and this is turning into a slow start here in the second half. Seems like they left that offense in the locker room.
Marc Gasol picks up the foul. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. And Philadelphia calls time here.
And he could tell his guys were dragging a little bit, calling timeout to kind of let them catch their breath. And now a chance to look at Jimmy Butler. Just an incredible month of basketball. 4th in steals, and he sits in the top 15 in points per game. An absolute powerhouse offensively.
And back to what you said, top 5 in steals this year. Quick hands and great anticipation. Now here's Simmons. They lead by 11, the largest margin of the game. Here's Harris. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Butler's got his 7th assist in the game.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Lowry against Simmons. Lowry passes to Gasol. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
You have to love what Marc Gasol gives you offensively. Can score facing up, back to the basket, and one of the best passing centers in the game.
And talking about Gasol, also an impact guy on the defensive end of the floor.
Yes, Kevin, he has the size, the length, and the instincts. Defensive Player of the Year in 2013, a true cornerstone for your team.
And that one falls for Marc Gasol.
You know Marc Gasol's brother, Powell, he was a top 3 pick. Marc fell to the second round and had to work for everything he's achieved.
And so Marc Gasol nails both of them. And Marc Gasol, a force on both ends of the floor. You forget, Greg, that he's won a Defensive Player of the Year award.
Yeah, Gasol doesn't really wow you on defense with what he does. I mean, he gets blocks, but it's really his positioning and his rotations are what make him so great. Always involved in plays, and he just seems to be able to protect the rim and a terrific team defender.
Mistake by the defender, fouling a very good free throw shooter in Kawhi.
And the first one drops. Smitty, you're looking around the league right now. Certain players extremely smart. Which guys do you think will make the transition the easiest from player to coach?
Some guys that stick out. Chris Paul, I think Mike Conley, LeBron James, obviously. Those guys, they just stick out. You can see their coaches on the floor, Draymond Green. They just have a way because they have those leadership qualities, and also they play the game the right way. They have such a good understanding and a good feel. Those are some of the guys that stand out for me.
That was a good list. You're right.
Woo, that's one he liked to have that point-blank range, and he missed it.
Pass to Gasol. The basket good off the assist from Lynn. And it's 6 points for Marc Gasol.
We know he can shoot it from the outside, but I love to see Marc down there on the block.
And Simmons kicks to Butler. And the rejection by Leonard. Lynn against Redick. Count it. And the Philadelphia lead has been cut down now to just 5 on the bucket from Lynn. Embiid dishes to Simmons. It's in and good for his 6th field goal in 10 attempts.
I mean, he is tearing the defense apart, and let's face it, they have not brought their A game on that side of the ball.
Lowry kicks to Gasol. Knocks down the 3-ball. Gasol's got 7 points here in this quarter.
And when they desperately needed to get things turned around, they were able to rally and get back into it.
This was all sparked by their defense. They got some stops, and they did it in a hurry.
Now here is Harris. He's got 6. Count the basket.
Lofty arc on that jumper helps Harris convert in the face of pressure.
Raptors trail by 6. Outside Lowry. Passes it to Lynn. From 15 feet away, and again it's Toronto converting.
And all of a sudden the shots now falling in bunches. The complexion of this game has completely changed.
Yeah, reason why they have found their shooting stroke. Their offense is clicking.
And Philadelphia calls time here. The Raptors making a switch here. Van Vliet's checked in. Philadelphia also making some changes. Johnson, he's checked in for Joel Embiid. And Mike Scott subbed in for J.J. Redick. Simmons finds Butler. That's tipped. Fast break Toronto. Here's Van Vliet. And it's blocked by Simmons. Right side Scott. He dishes it to Simmons. And Jimmy Butler's a very physical wing, as we know, Greg. Goes about 6'8", 240, and he can D-up almost any position.
And the strength to deal with forwards, the quickness to cover guards. Also, he uses that strength to attack the rim and get himself to the line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
No good on the free throw.
What you have with Jimmy Butler is a guy who can guard 1 through 4, and sometimes, I mean sometimes even the 5.
And no good on the second free throw, so he goes 0 for 2 there.
I can't believe he missed those shots. Wow, he is usually lights out from there.
Here's Siakam. Buries it down low. Now just a 2-point 76ers lead.
A terrific offensive rebounder. Here he is doing it again.
Outside Butler. Back to Simmons. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. 14 points for Ben Simmons.
And really, not much else you can do against Simmons. That close to the cup, this guy just too clever.
Gasol. And it's good for 2.
His teammate was wide open there. Definitely the right choice to pass it out and let him take the shot.
Simmons feeling it out a bit. Out to Harris. Outside Butler. For 3. Rebound by the Raptors. Siakam's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Outside Leonard for the lead. And so it looks like the Raptors will retain possession here.
And let's take a look at the numbers for Siakam. Unbelievable play for him over the last month. He's putting up 13 points a game, 7 rebounds, and 2 assists. What incredible numbers. He has been a beast.
You know what? Everything is coming so easy for him right now, operating on the highest level.
Toronto working the ball around now. They get it back. Here's Gasol, and he hits it to tie the game up. Gasol's got 11 points in the quarter.
Really smoking the nets now after a difficult time shooting in the first half.
Butler kicks to Simmons. And Simmons slams it in.
And Simmons is a purebred scorer, a dominant offensive talent who can score in so many ways.
And so Van Vliet will bring it up for Toronto. The pass to Gasol. It's stolen by Johnson. Simmons dishes to Butler. Here's Harris. Doesn't go for him. And Toronto will go the other way with it. To the middle. Here's Van Vliet. Drops it in from 11 feet. Van Vliet's got the game tied up here for the Raptors.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Johnson in the corner. The tray. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Butler's got 9 assists in the game. Great passing. Toronto's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Van Vliet kicks to Gasol. Johnson with the block. Harris right side, and slam dunk by Harris.
Attacking the rim. Tobias with a solid vertical to do this.
Here's Van Vliet. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. Johnson over to help. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Lynn. A rebound by Johnson. Johnson's got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical. But still, eventually, you got to feel like he'll start knocking those down again.
Here's Lynn. Finds himself wide open and drills it. Lynn's got 11 points.
Early in this quarter, he's been aggressive and selective with his shots. Tremendous efficiency.
Butler passes to Simmons. Back to Butler. Simmons on the wing. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Simmons got 10 points in just the second half.
See, this is how you dictate the flow of the game. He's been lit this quarter.
That's tipped. Here's Gasol. That one doesn't drop. Excellent D there by Johnson. The 76ers leading by 5, and Simmons kicks to Scott. Butler on the wing. Outside for Simmons. Harris finds Butler, shoots over Lynn. That one a little long.
He had it rolling and then lost it for some reason. Let's see if he can get it back while it still matters.
Here's Ibaka, lays it up off the glass. He's got 15.
Having a tremendous game here. Ibaka's been on fire, and the defense has failed to adjust.
Butler passes to Simmons. Can't cash in on the 10-foot jumper. Raptors trail by 3. Outside, Lynn. And they cash in right away with the quick shot.
Just wonderful form on the J from Lynn, dropping it in the face of the D.
And Simmons kicks to Butler. Back to Simmons.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
And Toronto has possession. We've got 33 seconds left in the third. Ibaka outside. To the inside. Here's Gasol, and the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
He has slimmed down a lot from his rookie season. Marc Gasol still strong enough to power through contact.
And this is his second trip to the line tonight.
And guys, you might remember that he was not at his best from the foul line in their last outing.
Catching up on the changes for Toronto. Jody Meeks, he's checked in for OG Anunoby. Green comes in for Jeremy Lin. And it's Lowry in for Fred VanVleet. And it's tied up with that one. There's 21 seconds left to play here in the third. Now, here's McConnell. Now recovering. Now, McConnell. Kicks it to Embiid. Back to McConnell. 1 second left. And there's the call on Joel Embiid. That'll be his second foul of the game. And we wrap up the third, and looking to be an exciting fourth quarter. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back with the start of the fourth quarter. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Creating plays for others, it's an art form, but it's also a discipline. Fantastic job.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. Kyle Lowry and Danny Green are the guard tandem. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ibaka. And it's Siakam in at the 4. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Leonard. That one wide left.
And the fadeaway was the only option he had on that one. Defender there all over.
Leonard with the steal. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Butler. Here is Lowry. To the left wing, Ibaka. Wide open, he fires. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. Lowry's got 4 assists now tonight. Simmons on the wing. Lowry covering. Simmons against Lowry. And it's in there. And it's now 22 points for Ben Simmons.
Yeah, that's careless defense, though. I mean, he's one player you can ill afford to let run free. He just loves to be a money player in the fourth quarter.
Chalk up 2 there. The 76ers trail by 3. First minute and a half of basketball played here in the fourth quarter. Lets a floater go. Marjanovic kicks to Butler. Just 4 to shoot. Was shot by Redick, no good.
Yeah, not a great shot there, especially when you got a lockdown defender guarding you.
You know, there's no shame in passing out in that situation. Leave your ego at the door.
Inside. And Leonard gets it to go on the assist by Lowry. Lowry's got his 5th assist in this one. And Simmons has got the ball here for the 76ers. Trailing by 5. Embiid is at the elbow. The dish to Butler. Takes the 13-footer. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Ibaka's got 11 rebounds in the game. And they have certainly been looking locked in offensively.
They sure have. Staying aggressive and playing under control.
What a look from Lowry. Just knew he would be open.
And Simmons kicks to Redick. Back to Simmons. And Simmons slams it in.
And you can tell he's hungry because that's how you eat away at a lead right there. Make some highlight reel plays and shake that defense up.
Well, Greg, you're right. Not all 2 points are the same. Not when they come on a stuff like that one.
Sometimes you want to send a message, and a message was sent. What a dunk. This is what these perimeter plays are designed to produce. Quality looks for spot-on shooters.
Embiid is at the elbow. Good for another basket. He's put up 10 shots and made 7 of them.
Yeah, the onslaught continues. He's been unstoppable now for a couple of nights.
The momentum is building, scoring in a bunch of ways. That's why his number keeps getting called.
Now here's Leonard. Butler with the steal. Oh, and here we go with Simmons. Nobody back. And Simmons slams it in.
When Butler's locked in on a defensive end, his defensive instincts are awesome.
Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Lowry kicks to Leonard. Second shot opportunity, and Butler sends it back. And that's out of bounds. Toronto will retain possession. And Philadelphia making a change here. Scott's checked in. Lowry passes to Siakam. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Leonard. That one off the back iron and out.
And that's the look this offense is designed to produce.
Always frustrating when you do everything right, yet just can't complete the play.
He gets that one.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Lowry against Simmons. There's the triple. But they recover it. Siakam gets the bucket and the foul. That one on Embiid.
Second chance opportunities. The great equalizer.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
The 76ers trail by 5. And Simmons kicks to Embiid. Scott the pass to Simmons. And Simmons slams it in.
And Simmons loves jamming it through, relentless in his attack of the cup.
Toronto's gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. And stolen by Simmons. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good. Marc Gasol's checked in for Serge Ibaka. He hits the second from the line.
Yeah, being down 2 points instead of 1 thanks to the free throw miss makes getting a stop here absolutely critical.
Here's Leonard. Well-placed jumper from the free throw line. Leonard's got 12 points in just the second half.
Dating all the way back to college, this is one of Kawhi's pet moves, the sudden pull-up jumper.
Butler kicks to Scott. Leonard against Butler. Pocket 6. Simmons dishes to Embiid. Another miss by Philadelphia. And Ben Simmons picks up the foul. That's his 4th foul of the contest. Raptors leading by 4. Lowry with the ball. To the paint. Here's Gasol. It's good.
Marc Gasol is battling. Even with the defender all over him, he kept his focus.
Simmons against Lowry. Left side, Scott. Back to Redick from downtown. Siakam pulls it in. Siakam's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Lowry can't get it to go. Butler against Lowry. Poked loose. And finished off by Scott.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. And here's Lowry. He'll bring it up for the Toronto Raptors. 3-point lead. And there's a whistle, and that's going to go on Simmons. That will be foul number 5 on him.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
Here's Green.
And he has to take that long, slow walk back to the bench here. He'll watch the rest of this one from the sideline.
Amir Johnson's checked in for Mike Scott. And guys, veteran Danny Green moving north last summer as part of the Kawhi Leonard trade, now in a Toronto Raptors uniform.
Yeah, and not the big name in that deal, obviously, but an important piece. Green is shown to be a very capable 3-and-D guy, and it's the next chapter in what has been a solid career for him. And he placed that pass out in front of him and let him just run into it in rhythm.
With some arc, and it's Joel Embiid with the rebound. The 76ers trail by 3. Kicks it out to Johnson. Now here's Embiid. Outside Butler. Pass to Johnson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Pass to Redick to tie it up. Bangs home the trifecta. And it's all knotted up.
The quick release from Redick kept his composure and got it off in time.
For Toronto, they've got a pretty good rhythm going offensively, shooting 8 of 15 for the quarter. Lowry kicks to Gasol. And the Raptors miss again. Philadelphia has gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. Redick finds Butler. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there.
Coming out of halftime, he wanted to start strong, yet the opposite happened.
Shoots inside. Draws contact on the shot, and now a 3-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Lowry doing a good job of looking to include his teammates.
Tobias Harris is checked in for the 76ers. Well, not too long ago, Kyle Lowry was a free agent in high demand, Steve. Toronto signed him to that big contract, and it's worked out for both of them.
You know, the Raptors believed in Lowry and were willing to pay up to keep him. They see him as a vital part of this team now. Lowry took some time to mature as a player, and now it's paying off.
Now here's Butler. He kicks it to Redick. And here is Butler. Lets the three fly. The shot by Redick, no good.
And they could have used that trying to cut into this league. He's been off all night.
And it's Leonard missing. The 76ers trail by 3 inside. And there's the foul. It goes on Jimmy Butler. That will get him his 4th foul of the game, and due to the bonus, we'll head to the line for 2. And he can't get the first one.
And just a better job of getting to the line here in the second half. Didn't get there once in the first.
Steve Tobias Harris with plenty of stops in his young NBA career so far. You wouldn't guess it, though, from his talent level.
Year after year, he advances his offensive arsenal. He's become one of the most dangerous scorers in the game.
Oof, rough shooting night tonight, but you can't fault him for the effort.
Green passes to Lowry. Good D by Embiid.
And you just get the sense the whole period he's been a bit out of sync.
Yep, trying to shoot himself back into this. Regain some confidence first.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Lowry kicks to Gasol. Embiid with the steal. Here's Simmons outside. Redick with the fadeaway. And yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. And that'll tie this game up.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Lowry finds Gasol. Over Embiid. And again, no good by Toronto.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
Here's Simmons. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
What mastery from Simmons, fooling the entire defense in the paint there.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Woo shots.
That free throw, no good.
And the Australian Simmons, a star in the making, folks. Thanks really in part to that tremendous skill set to go along with that gigantic frame.
And that drops, so they now lead by 1.
Yeah, that's a big miss right there. Now only a 1-point lead.
And the Raptors call time here.
And Kevin, he saw his guys just a little sluggish out there. Oftentimes a timeout like this allows you to kind of just reset.
And now the presentation of our Jordan player of the game, Ben Simmons.
And guys, no doubt who our pick was going to be. He's made everyone else on the court look like they're playing at half speed. It's been total domination, and you can't help but just sit back and admire that performance.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hi, guys. During that last break, I heard what the Raptors coach told to his team. This is still a close game, and he told his guys, we're not far away. We can still get this one. If we seize the moment, we can walk away with the win, guys.
Now, here's Lowry. Passes it to Gasol. That's in, coming off an assist from Lowry. Lowry's got 9 assists in the game. Great passing. Philadelphia's gone into a funk from downtown in the 4th. Only 1 of their 5 3-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. The shot by Butler, nobody around. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
You need a big basket, you turn to Jimmy Butler. He's the first option in their offense.
Green kicks to Lowry. Over Simmons, and it's blocked by Simmons. The pass to Redick. Gasol with the steal. And J.J. Redick picks up the foul. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. He drops the first one, and that narrows the gap to 1. Leonard hits them both.
And really, the tension could not be higher right now. And he looked like he was shooting free throws at practice. What a cool customer.
Timeout called the 76ers. The score is tied at 116. 1:49 left to play here in the fourth. .149 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Butler. Banked in off the glass. Butler's got 19 points.
You see the instincts of Butler on plays like this. Understands how and where to get his shots.
Lowry kicks to Leonard. Bullseye. Leonard's got 12 points now in the quarter.
He lives for moments like this because he wants to be the guy to hit the clutch shot.
And Simmons has got the ball here for the 76ers. Pass to Embiid. Knocks it loose. Back to Simmons. It's Redick on the wing. Lets the three fly. Toronto grabs the miss. Gasol's got rebound number 12 now. Tenacity on the glass. Redick dishes to Embiid. It's hauled in by the Raptors. Here's Simmons.
Ooh. That's how you attack. Wow.
Agree.
What more can you ask for?
Phenomenal here in the clutch. This is what fans tune in to see.
Now here's Leonard. 14 feet away, and he didn't get quite enough under that one.
You know, and after fighting to get back into it, that was the chance there to tie it up.
Ever so close. Needed that one to go down.
There's 38 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Leonard draws the double. He swipes the ball away again. And that's his 6th steal of the night.
Imposing his will at the defensive end.
.23 seconds left in the fourth. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
You had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
Good on the first, and that puts them up by 5.
You talk about a player who steadily improved over the course of his career. That's J.J. Redick, maximizing his potential.
And so he drops them both. It's a 6-point ball game.
Big shots there. They are clearly in control of this game now.
And the Raptors call time here. They're down by 6. We've got 22 seconds left in the game. Butler with the steal. And Embiid with a clear path to the hoop. Jumps up, and Embiid throws it down.
Attacking the defense with the pass. Butler understands the importance of keeping his teammates involved.
Leonard, no luck. Deflects the pass. To stop the run. A wide open look for Gasol. Missed. So Philadelphia wins it, and in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Jimmy, how confident are you that you guys can build on this win and keep the momentum going?
Very confident. Like I said, we got a great group of guys. If we play together, play hard, we can win.
I know you'll like to keep that going as we go on in the season. Thank you for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, David Aldridge, Steve Smith, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you later.